you know what? Watch this. It's only 8 minutes.
Hi, my name is Tanmay Bakshi.
How old are you?
I'm a genius. Ask me anything. Actually, you guys want to watch the video, actually, you can ask me. Chat. I'm gonna take 20 questions chat from dumb fucks as a genius. Questions? No, we're not watching Jubilee. Boom. Ask away. Pac-Man.
Watch this video, and every question, I want you to answer it first.
Oh, hey, boy, say less.
19 years old. I just turned 19 a couple days ago.
How can you be called a genius so early?
Because of my visionary style, incredible, ahead of the curve mindset, and my behaviors that people don't even understand yet because they're so fucking smart, crazy, and my looks.
I personally don't really like to use that word.
What are some of your biggest accomplishments?
Be myself.
When I was 9.
In a world full of nobodies.
I had my first iOS app published to the App Store called T-Tables to, help kids learn their times tables. I found this documentary of IBM Watson. Not sure if you've heard of Watson playing Jeopardy. So I started messing around with like the different IBM Watson AI services because they made those public on their cloud. And I actually found a bug in one of their services back when I was 11.
It's so funny.
I've authored 4 books on the world of technology. That's something I love to do. Working on applications all the way from analyzing your brainwaves to give people the ability to communicate artificially to working with McDonald's at IBM right now, using machine learning to take your orders in a drive-thru.
No wonder you're called a genius.
I was like thinking back what I was doing at those ages. I was like, yeah. I was watching That's So Raven at 12.
Oh my goodness, I have so many questions now. Did you ever feel like you were already different than other kids?
Felix, I like the hedonic treadmill concept, but have you looked into the confused
Anything
bicycle?
see that?
It's a theory where when you talk about
what made you feel different?
Equipment, a bicycle spawns and the chat can ride it to search for who the fuck asked.
Funny, bro. Did you ever feel different? Yeah, I feel different all the time.
Or did people tell you you were different?
I remember back when I was a kid and I would like go to my friend's house and I'd be like, what's a fun activity? We should try writing some code. I should teach you how to code. And so it took me a while to realize that that's not something that people are generally as interested in as I am.
I think I did web in high school and like coding, oh my goodness. I was so frustrated with all the carrots. It's like JavaScript and no bueno.
A long time ago, I took coding classes, but I guess I just dropped out because it was really boring.
And how old are you, Chelsea?
I'm 11 years old, not to be called
Was it this reverse?
Too young.
How do you personally define intelligence, and do you think that it can truly be quantified?
Yeah, go on.
Intelligence is unquantifiable, okay?
Why?
Because can't put a number on intelligence if you don't really understand what intelligence is, right? And that's how it works. So no, you cannot. And I define somebody that is intelligent as how good they are at adapting to their environments and finding all the proper tools for them to succeed as good as possible with whatever they were given at one singular time. Boom.
Intelligence is really hard, if not basically impossible, to quantify into one metric. Take IQ scores as an example. They are still used as this way of making people feel like inferior or superior in a way that really doesn't matter.
I work in a Title I low-income school, and it never paints the full picture of like what these kids are capable of because it doesn't take into account like, did they get breakfast that day? So I really appreciate your acknowledgement of the fact that a lot of these metrics that we use can have a lot of negative consequences.
Absolutely.
Do you think your childhood was taken away from you?
I feel like I've been.
Do ya?
As a genius, I gotta tell you, Jesse, absolutely not. I'll play all the other kids easy and just finesse them.
Given so much more that so many other people don't get to have. Like it's like talking to like any one of my other friends, it's like all of them, say that, they would love to be in the position that I'm in, to be totally honest. And that whole thing is something I don't regret. And as a matter of fact, what I got in return is so much more. Like I remember this one trip that I had, I traveled to like 5 different continents from Toronto, which is where I live, to Germany, to India, to the Bahamas, to Australia, and back in a week. And I got to see different students at different schools in all these different places. And I got to interact with them and I got to, answer their questions. And all these experiences are something that I just would never trade for anything else.
This might be kind of an awkward question. So brace yourself. What's dating like for you?
I mean, Being a genius, chat, I mean, it's attractive. Girls like that shit so much. It's like having a Riz aura. Guys, some people they call me the Rizzler.
Okay.
It's annoying, right? But I don't fight it. I don't fight
Hey, you're the Rizzard.
I wouldn't know. Unfortunately, that's not something I've really
xQc
done yet. It's not something I've, for lack of a better way of phrasing it, had the time for. So I guess we'll find out in a couple of years. Maybe we'll have an update. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful night.
Thank you. You too. Oh, and also, yeah, if you want to...
Hold on a minute.
1 second. If you ever wanted to connect
Wait.
at some point.
As a youth or whatever, like, do you party? and
Business
stuff?
card Riz!
It's something that my friends have tried to get me to do.
What is it? What?
And stuff.
It's something that my friends have tried to get me to do. It's something that I have the opportunity to do. It's not something that I enjoy very much. A couple of days ago when I turned 19, my friends threw me like a surprise birthday party, which was really fun. They got me a cake, and on the cake, they had "Happy Birthday" written out, but printed in Rust code. And so,
What is the most like annoying misconception people have about being a like child genius?
they assume that I don't do anything
Well, Zia looks 45. Okay,
Like, quote,
he
unquote,
looks 35, sorry.
What a perfect
for fun,
time
or
for
like I
Pepe
lack
to clap
like social
world
interaction, or
record.
like I don't have friends
Pepe
because of it.
to
I didn't
clap
really
world
regret
record.
missing out on whatever I
Pepe
did
to
miss out
clap
on to
world
begin with.
record.
Well, what do you like to do for fun outside of your job?
You know, I say I love to code. I do it as a recreational activity, and so
Game
many
up.
people are like, "Sure, but what do you do for fun?" You know, I love movies and TV shows. I mean, I remember traditionally, SpongeBob is still my favorite TV show, realistically.
That's so awesome.
And
Do you
what
think
was the question? Doesn't matter.
that robots will take over?
Definitely not.
Definitely will. Definitely will. Absolutely 100%. I think especially the robots that can cause harm from a distance are definitely gonna go big.
Robots are not taking over the world. That is one of the misconceptions I love to address. You know, to be fair, good. Yeah. I don't blame anybody for having those misconceptions.
Do you
How is that
think
a
you have strict
misconception?
parents?
No, because if you look at the things they've let me do, like, it's incredibly unconventional. My entire family is so supportive of the stuff that I do.
Parental support is so important.
We'll trust you enough. We'll put in the effort to let you be homeschooled. And then when I wanted to start like working at IBM, they were like, you know, sure, you know, maybe don't go to university because, you know, so many of my mentors were like, you wouldn't really gain much from it. And, you know, now it's really fascinating because I'm like a professor at the University of Winnipeg and at iUniversity in Tokyo, and I get to teach like artificial intelligence and machine learning.
They
So
should have named this
college
video
related.
"Ask an Ego Andy Anything."
Do you always assume that you're the
Ego Andy,
smartest person in the room?
definitely not. I actually currently also work at IBM, and a lot of the time I'll be in meetings.
Yes, most definitely. Guys, I am almost always the smartest person in my room. I'm not kidding. 99.9% of my actual living in the past whatever amount of years, I'm definitely the smartest. I'm just letting you guys know. You guys know.
With people who have been working on products for
Yeah, I live alone, but that doesn't matter though.
Yo,
doesn't matter though.
just
Decades.
tuned in.
I think it's
Now
honestly
I
like
demand you
probably
restart
good
the
that you
video.
don't.
Do people
XYZL.
question your intelligence because you're so young?
There are going to be some people that at first are like, wait, what? Why are we hiring a 17-year-old? Like I remember some folks that had worked with me before were sort of fighting for the whole, you know, no, he does know what he's talking about, right? He does have that expertise.
Do you think that
One thing I can do much better than anybody else is that I'm the smartest and the dumbest at the same time in one room, which I don't think a lot of people can do. I'm just gonna
your
say it.
label as like a genius means that you contribute more to society?
I think we all contribute in different ways. It depends on your definition of an impact or what value really is to you.
Please teach me how to code.
Honestly, absolutely. I help my friends out all the time. So honestly, I'm happy to do so. Feel free to reach out to me.
That teacher I had last time did not work for me.
Since you started working so young, you could retire really young potentially. Is this something you look forward to?
And this is actually a question that one of my friends asked me a little while ago. She said, I'm pretty sure if we gave you two options, it's either you continue doing what you normally do for a month, or you get to go on like a really fun vacation, but there's no tech at all for that month. You'd probably just keep doing what you do. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'm still going to keep doing the stuff that I love to do because it's honestly really fun for me. I want to keep doing it.
Are there any other like facets of your existence you feel don't get as much attention?
One personality trait that I have that maybe people don't realize and that I think that's what leads to quite a few of the questions that they ask me, is the fact that I'm naturally just a really curious person, right? Like, if I am given a topic on pretty much anything, I love delving deep into it, regardless of what it's about. And same thing with tech. And because I'm also so passionate about it, along with that natural curiosity, I end up gaining a lot of experience doing it.
Are you set for life financially because you started working so young in tech?
You can
Go ahead,
tell
answer.
what software developers are in the field.
Bro, I could have retired
For life.
Bro, I could have
like for life.
I could have retired when I was fucking like 22 or 21.
Just for money, but anyway, that's a different thing. I've never done the work that I do for the money. The vast majority of my apps are free. Almost all the code that I write is open source, except for obviously like proprietary stuff for a company like at IBM. And so I've always done it with the goal and the ambition of helping other people as much as I can. Some people say that Google is paying me somewhere between.
You know what? I was probably about that. Let me think about it. I aged so fast. 27 now, right?
Yeah.
Give me a buck.
Saying if you spend the way that you spend now, for example,
at 24,
could you be set
I
for
would
life?
have been mega set for sure. Mega set. I would have been chilling.
A couple thousand to a couple $1 million a month. Some people say that I'm already worth, like, I think I saw the largest estimate was like $230-something million. I don't know where they're getting these numbers from. All I can say is that they're definitely not accurate. Google does not pay me. I do not work for them.
Do you think that your work will be world-changing?
You can change the world just by having an impact on a few people. More specifically, actually, one of my goals is to reach out to and help at least 100,000 aspiring beginners, really help them learn how to code, help them innovate with code. And so that definitely is something that I want to work towards. That's what I'm striving for.
I'm very impressed by you, and we should...
Nope. The way you change the world, okay? 1, 2 people, 10 people, cool, man, dude. How about, here's this magical insane take. You ready for this? Ready for this? You put a lot of money and effort and funding in the education system. Make sure every child has access to good schooling and a good framework for them to learn, because the children is quite literally the future of everything. There's only people that are old now that lead all these businesses or whatever because they were once young.
My heart pep
Dumb
pain.
fuck. Do it then? Fuck, that's my job, bitch. This is my fucking job. Pussy.
Should be friends, to be honest.
Somebody else will fucking do that shit. Fuck you, bitch.
His job was to come up with the idea.
Bro, I donate to my old high school. Fucking, so people that can't afford good schooling, they get programs from the money I gave that gives them the money that they have. The people that are very dedicated to the schooling and trying, and they get the money so they can afford to go.
Yeah, when I was like a kid, when I was in band, I was like, bro, if I ever become rich, I want to donate a fuck ton of band.
What did you have?
Wait, so what?
When I was a kid, like, I was in band, and I only went to high school for band, pretty much.
Right.
Like, I was like the only fucking reason I showed up, and I was like, one day if I was ever rich, I would just like give a fuck ton of money to the band program so the kids don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because it's actually expensive as shit, and like, your band will just suck based off of just money. Like, it is what it is.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense, yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, is that my school had, it was like a fake private school, pretty much. It wasn't like it's like a half and half, right? But it's like a private, so you kind of need money. So it was just for people that just can't afford it.
Oh, yeah, no, my school was like, I mean, people who did band usually had money, but if you didn't have money, it was really hard to do band because band fees were actually expensive.
I believe you. Yeah, Ben sounds good as fuck, yeah.
Yo, this is X on the beat, yo. Okay.
My voice as well.
That ass.
Anyone knows that boy? I don't know, he's just so soy. Anyone knows that boy? I don't know, he's just so soy.